I've got Anna with us from ScreenCloud, and she's going to be answering all my questions today about what it's like to work at ScreenCloud and what kind of work environment is on offer. So Anna, to start with, could you tell me about what your company does in one sentence?
So we are a SaaS business, created software which enables our customers to design, create content that can then be mirrored on multiple screens.
Cool. And how would you summarize your working environment?
We're fully hybrid. So we have, in normal circumstances, 2-3 days in the office. The rest of the time you can work remotely.
Awesome. And how would you describe your culture?
Culture, very good. So we've got 4 hubs. And I think the one unique thing is that everyone feels like they know each other. Everyone feels like they're all in it together.
Yeah.
Everyone's super transparent. We've still got, our 3 founders in the business. And I would say that that's definitely been a big thing at the moment with people onboarding remotely. Everyone still feels like they're, part of the same business and not, left out, so to speak.
Nice. So it's like a kind of community feel to it.
Very much. Yeah, very much. And as we've grown and we're now just over 100 people, but that's something that has remained sort of a constant theme of feeling like a community and, almost like a family.
Yeah. And I know that you've always been pretty flexible, but has the pandemic changed your kind of attitude to any aspects of flexibility, or has it just made you realize that you were always doing the right thing?
No, we've actually just reviewed our benefits, and we've implemented a working from home budget. So each individual, when they join, can purchase, I think it's up to £150 in the UK, and then it's the equivalent in all of our locations, to purchase anything that will make your working from home environment more comfortable. So whether that's a desk or a monitor, and they're things that our employees then can keep. It doesn't belong to ScreenCloud, it's theirs, but it just means that they can work from home and have all the right tools that they need. So that's one massive thing, just sort of a bit of an overhaul of our benefits and what we can do to help.
No, that makes sense. And on a personal level, could you ever return to a 5 days a week, 9 to 5 office environment?
No, absolutely not. I was having a conversation with some of my colleagues and we were saying, like, how did we get to an office in central London for 9 a.m? I have no idea. So I'll probably still go back to like 3 days just to give me some structure and so that I'm not in one room. But yeah, no, couldn't do 5 days. And I think a lot of people would agree.
And then you just mentioned benefits, but what is your favorite benefit at ScreenCloud?
I'd say the working from home fund, but also another one that we've just implemented is our development fund. So every employee now has a certain amount of money in like a kitty, where they can look to improve their skills. So whether that's purchasing books, some people have done like purchased audio book subscriptions, or doing a course, or a day's training or certifications. So I think that's one thing. And another one that's actually brand new to us is volunteer days. So being able to kind of not work for a day, but go and volunteer somewhere, whether that's like charity shops or charities in general or events or things like that. So yeah, nice. We've definitely had a big overhaul this year.
Loads and loads of benefits then. It's great.
Yeah.
So what is your personal favorite thing about working at ScreenCloud? What do you really enjoy?
I think it's having people spread across the world. Pretty much, we've got an office in LA, but we also have one in Bangkok. I have to work with everyone, which is great. You get to see so many different perspectives, different ideas coming to light. But also there's so many different cultures. Like even in those offices, there's people from all over the world. So I'd say that is my favorite thing about working here.
And if you could give a prospective employee one piece of advice about applying to ScreenCloud, what would it be?
I think you have to be very open. I think it's great for people who are comfortable with change, because no day is the same. So you're not going to have your same structure every single day, it's going to be different because we're scaling, we're growing. We hired sort of 40 people across the past year. So that's another thing, you know, there's constantly new faces, and being open to, you know, you're not going to be the new person for very long because there's always going to be someone coming in, you know, within the next few weeks. So I think those are kind of the top tips, I'd say, is being open to change, but also open to new faces constantly.
Yeah. And personally, what is your ideal future of work scenario? How would you want to be working in 5 years' time?
I think how we're about to come into, you know, this post-COVID world of hybrid working is the ideal. I've worked for businesses where you have to be in the office 5 days a week, and they wouldn't have imagined even anyone being, you know, at all remote.
Yeah.
I think now having that option of you can come in 5 days if you want, and we tend to say 2 days is our minimum, but that flexibility where maybe one day you've got someone coming to fix something in the house and you just can't come into the office, but the next day you maybe have plans for dinner after work in London, so it makes sense to come into the office and meet people.
Yeah.
So I think that actually this post-COVID world is going to be the ideal for most people, where you have the option of either or.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my ideal would be working on a beach in Barbados.
I don't think I'd be able to do it. I think my laptop would OB. I'd be like that person with the cardboard box where you have to put your laptop in. Oh.
Those are all of my questions. So thank you so much.